feel chubby. I feel chubby. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Jay Erin's channel. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you press the subscribe button below. Press the subscribe button below. Because I've got a lot of content that I'm going to bring out. A lot of different ideas. So I'm really excited for 2017 and what it's going to bring via YouTube. So yeah, today is a bit different. It's a story time video and I've never done one of these before. I want to share my experiences with you and yeah, let's get into it. Make sure you grab some coffee, some tea, some water, some wine, whatever you want to grab. Just make sure you grab it so that you're relaxed whilst you're listening to the madness that happened with me and friendships. I was about 17 and I had this best friend and we've been best friends for years. Let's call her Berry. So me and Berry have been really good friends. Me and Berry were really close for like maybe 3 years, 4 years, and I was about 17, first year sixth form, sorry. I was 17 in first year sixth form and I was dating someone and so was she. And she was telling me about, you know, obviously when you have issues with your boyfriend or whatever, or someone you're dating, and she was just telling me that she's not sure about him, that she feels like there's this girl that he keeps liking or talking to, like maybe liking pics on Instagram, or, you know, you have your suspicions or whatever. So she's relaying this to me and I'm just like, oh, that's a shame, talk to him about it. But this guy that she dated was, I guess, she was fearful of him, like, for whatever reason. Maybe he had, you know, physically abused her to some degree. I'm not gonna put it out there like it was a physical, you know, he physically abused her. No, not like that. Like, you know, when you fight and maybe you're a bit like, fearful for your life. Not fearful, you know what, that's blowing out portion. Not fearful for your life. You know, I might just wear this. I feel like changing, I don't feel comfortable in what I'm wearing. A quick little outfit change. I don't know how I feel, I just want to see how it comes up on camera. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. This is a weekly affair. Like, just calling me up saying, oh, this, complaining like, oh,
Jay, he did this. Jay, he did that. And I'm like, she's like, Jay, you won't believe what he did. And I'm like, girl, you know what you need to do. Trying to give her advice and whatever, just trying to help her to solve the situation.
But this particular week, she calls me up and she's like, she's already told me prior that she's had some issues with some girl on Instagram, not directly, but through his phone, like seeing that maybe he's liking her pics, but just having suspicions that there's a possibility that he might be, you know, stepping out or just doing something that he shouldn't be doing or something that's inappropriate. So she's called me up this week and is like, oh, Jay, I've done something really bad. And I'm like, what have you done? And she's like, oh, I've called the girl up, hotting her up, pretending to be a guy, just telling her to stay away from her boyfriend. So she's called this girl up, well, we don't even really need to give her a name, but she's called this girl up on a fake number. Be some guy saying stay away. It was pretending to be some guy saying stay away, or saying that, oh yeah, he's got a girlfriend. Yes, it was pretending to be some guy saying stay away from this guy, he's got a girl, this is her name, she's good, make sure you just keep your distance or whatever. That this friend of mine, she wanted this guy to care about her so bad. And I really don't care if she sees this because it's my truth, it's factual information, this isn't a lie. So catch me outside, how about that? So yeah, I basically feel like she just really wanted this guy to like her. They're both from different cultures, but not so significantly different, but different nonetheless, because there's a difference, so it's different. And so she wanted to just, you know, appear to be like, like she was from that culture, or from that, you know, that side of the globe, just to please him, because she wanted to be everything that he wanted. And obviously I met this guy and he's cool, but you know when you feel like someone just isn't for the person. But that's not to say that, oh, if you decide to be with someone, it should be, you know, your friends should have a big influence of that. Your friends know you, so that's more so why it's kind of like your friends should, in an ideal situation where, you know, your friends are good friends, they should like the person that you're with to some degree. But at the end of the day, you do you, it's your life. Some people, no one has to really understand, but I think there has to be a level of understanding that this guy is good and a positive influence in your life. So, okay, yes, back to the week. Really, back in. Getting carried away here. Back to the week. So she called me and she was like, oh yeah, I've done all this. And I was like, okay, so what's the problem? Like, why don't you just tell him? She was like, he's gonna kill me, da 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 da. And when she says kill, she doesn't mean physically, but he, like physically, you know, her life is over, but in a sense that she's fearful for whatever he's gonna do or the outcome of it, which is natural, but at the same time it was more like, he might actually just want to slap her. So it was that kind of thing, and I was just like, oh, I don't really want her to get in stress or whatever, but I didn't really say anything. She was just like, oh, Jay, can you help me? And I was like, with what? She was like, oh, I need you to find someone to like call and say that, call him and say that it was him, because he basically, her boyfriend found out that someone had hotted up this girl. And so she was like, oh, I need a guy, I need you to find a guy that can call him and be like, oh yeah, no, it was me, because he's saying, oh, it was her, and she's trying to deny it and be like, it wasn't me, it was my friend. So she's said, oh, please, I know this isn't something I should ask of you, but I want you to get your boyfriend or get someone you know to call her boyfriend up and be like, oh, it was mom, I just was trying to stick up for her because I, you know, whatever, try and calm the situation down. So I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, first of all, I don't really like the idea of this because things could go left. Her man's kind of, my man at the time, my person I was dating was kind of rogue, so that's not a nice sauce to be eating or to be tasting. So yeah, she was just like, oh, can you please find someone to help me out with this situation? And I'm like, oh, I really don't want to, but I'll try. And I had this close friend, that was a guy called Kane. Shout out to you, Kane, if you're watching this. Mad love for you, bro. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed, my G. Anyway, so I was like, oh, I knew Kane could do this, but I was like, if things go left, I don't want it coming back on this guy, because not that he can't handle himself, but nah, it's just not something I would want for him. Not that I want it for my boyfriend, because I ended up using my boyfriend, but it was just, I knew he could handle himself. I knew, like, you know, like, yeah. But yeah, so I ended up asking my boyfriend because I couldn't ask my close friend, and he wasn't even up for it initially. He was like, I'm not really, you know, man, I'm not even talking like that. He doesn't talk like that. But anyway, so the guy that I was with at the time, I asked him, and he actually did it. So he called up this guy. Were we together? Like physically? I don't know if we were physically together. No, we were on the phone. So I've told him to call this number. I'm like, call this number and just say this is your name, made up a fake name, whatever. Just say this is your name and say you did it. I'm waiting for him to call me back, trying to hear what's going on with the situation. So he calls the guy up, and this is how the conversation goes. So they say, hey, what's up? And his boyfriend is like, oh, I heard this, why are you calling up my girl? And he's like, no, I was just trying to keep it calm, trying to be like, you know what, look, trying to play, you know, there's a script, and he's sticking to the script. And then his boyfriend is like, going left and trying to disrespect him. Yeah, there's some sort of disrespect that's happening. Like he's saying, if you're a man, how dare you, and then my guy, he's basically saying to him, oh shit, I said a name innit. Fucking hell. Barry's boyfriend is saying to my man that oh yeah, so you know, if you're a man, why would you be interfering in girls' businesses? Just doing a bit too much. Do you know what I mean? He has his valid reasons for saying whatever he's saying, because he feels on his side, why are you hollering at, why are you trying to defend my girls' battles? And then my guy is saying to him like, oh no, it's not like that, like just chill, like I'm just trying to do a favor for a friend, it won't happen again, let's move on. And he's continuing to disrespect. And then so my guy, he's not about it like that. He doesn't take lightly to that kind of like, you know, that kind of vibe, that kind of tone, that kind of feeling or whatever, because he's trying to do her a favor. He don't have to do this, he doesn't have to, you know, be in this situation. So he's hollering back at this at Berry's guy, and is like, you know, you can't talk to me like that, like this is where I am, if you're about it, come find me. And I'm just like Lord, I didn't plan for this. Like, Lord, I did not plan for this. My guy is just like, look, if this is how you really feel and you're really, because he's ranting, her boyfriend is just ranting at him. He's like, if this is how you really feel, saying literally where he's at, catch me outside, how about that? Because he wasn't really about the talking, yeah, no. Like, if you're really about it, and he knew that the guy wouldn't come because he could tell, like, no offense, that was a bit, it's just all talk, all bark, no bite. So that wasn't even the main thing that happened, because yeah, that's annoying, but these kind of things happen, you know, you plan for something and it doesn't usually work out, whatever. On top of that, Berry's calling me saying, you need to call your guy back, you need to tell him to apologize to my man for, you know, all that behavior, all that disrespect. I'm like, is she talking to me? Is she talking to me? She can't be talking to me. She can't be talking to me. She's not talking to me. She's not talking to me because I don't understand. I'm helping you. I didn't have to do this. I didn't even want to do this. I'm trying to help you out, and you're trying to tell me that I need to tell my man to tell your man that he's sorry and say an apology for something that he didn't even do. Like, this is just, it's just becoming, do you know what I mean, spiraling a little bit out of control and becoming a bit too much. And she's like, oh no, he did this, just do it. And this is where the issue came with me and her. We basically, after this, stopped being friends because I did not tell my man to go and apologize to the guy. And even if I, you know, obviously I talked to him about it. I was like, oh yeah, she's trying to say that you should go and apologize, and I'm not, you know, I'm not for it. And he was like, I ain't for it either. Even if you wasn't for it, I ain't for it. So I ain't gonna, you know, I stepped over the line and I'm stepping back. Do you know what I mean? So it was that kind of vibe, and we basically stopped being friends because of that. You know, she was basically trying to insinuate that I was choosing my man over her, and I'm like, literally, you're so contradictory, and you're literally the definition of snaking, like, me for a man. That's you. That's exactly what you've just done. You've literally put yourself, because you don't want to be a woman enough to be like, you know what, this time I actually fucked up and it's something that I can't control, so I actually have no choice but to say the truth. You try to, you know, shy away from it because you're scared of him, which is fair enough. Like, I'm not saying it's a wrong thing, but it's just the fact that you're trying to come for me saying I'm trying to, you know, I'm basically, you know, just, my man is everything to me and no one else is anything. That wasn't the case. I put you first because I thought you were in need, you know, and it backfired, and now we're not friends because you decided that, you know, you don't want to be friends because I can't help you out anymore. It was funny, and it was just a bit of a shock and an eye-opener to me, because I really thought that was something that, you know, when you're thinking of marriage and kids in the future, that I would see there. And I guess it was annoying in a way because I could have never seen that coming. You know, I could have never in a million years seen it coming. And it might have taken, you know, that thing to happen for that person to have, you know, been distant from my life. The moral of the story is that just trust your instincts. I knew from jump, when she presented her, you know, situation to me, saying that this is what she wanted me to do, or this is how she needed my help, I knew that it was a bad idea, but I decided to ignore it. And in the end, yes, it's a positive because I was able to see that this wasn't really a true friend, but I had to go through that situation of, oh, her man against my man. And if he was really about it, her man, it could have got really long. Put my guy, someone cared about at that time, in danger because of trying to help someone out. And then on top of it, which is just adding, you know, insults to what she's already done, she's telling me that I should tell my guy to apologize for something he didn't do, for trying to help her out. Apologize for trying to, girl, bye. Girl, bye. Bye, bye, bye. Sayonara. Adios. Arrivederci. See you later. Nice to know you. Goodbye. So yeah, like, just to round that up, that's basically the moral of the story. It's like, when friends turn into enemies, I think it's very important for young adults, male and female, to just assess your circle, know your people, know who you're saying, bestie, squad. Know who you're really, you know, obviously time will tell. Time is the only way that you can really, you know, understand. But trust your instincts as well. Sometimes you don't need time. How you see me in these short minutes is not how you're going to see me over the course of the year. There's going to be different things that you're going to see from me. So in that same way, you have to take the time of friendship. Don't be so eager. Don't be so desperate to have friendships. Because I could have easily been like, you know what, like, begged her back. Not even begged, because I don't want it to seem like it's a pride thing. It's not a pride thing. It's right is right and wrong is wrong. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not going to have you making me feel bad because of your mistake. Putting me in that situation again so early on, like, we're young, and I felt like these are kind of situations that we don't really need to be in. You don't really need to have, you know, two boyfriends fighting. What for? For what? We used to be having two boyfriends. Oh yeah, let's go out for dinner. Let's go out to the cinema. Civilization. We don't need the drama. And she came with a lot of it. And so now, looking back, of course, I know it's a blessing in disguise. And now, and even then, I knew it was a blessing in disguise. But it was, what was even crazy to me was when I told this story to one of my friends that we all went to the same secondary school with. She was like, "But I thought, how could you not see this? Like, everyone else saw this." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "Everyone else saw that she was quite conceited and, you know, self-obsessed or whatever. It was just mainly about her." And I was kind of like, I guess, shocked, because I had my rose-tinted spectacles on and I was, you know, she's a friend of mine. I love her. You know, I cared about her. So it was just that kind of thing. It's kind of, sometimes you don't, I know you care about your friends, and it's important to care about your friends, and it's actually important to be there for your friends. So sometimes, like, if my friend's about to call me and be like, he did this, are you rolling? I'm still rolling. I know it sounds crazy and it sounds contradictory. I'm still rolling, but obviously you need to assess the situation. We're obviously gonna not just be rolling to, you know, bust up someone's car for no reason. We're not even gonna really resort to that. Really and truly, all my friends are civilized, and I really doubt that's gonna happen. We're just gonna keep getting money and keep being fly, and that's gonna be our revenge. So it's that kind of thing. Like, you don't need to worry about the extra stuff. You don't need to do the extra. I know you see it on TV, I know you see it in movies, and it looks glamorous and it looks like, oh, my friend, 10 years, 20 years. Honey, if it's not positive, if it's not, you know, progressive, it doesn't mean anything. This 20 years, that's a waste of time. It's trash. It's trash, you know? It's trash. I'm sorry. And I just kind of wanted to share that with everyone, and just for the young girls as well, especially like in secondary school, young guys as well, because this situation only happened because, yeah, loyalty was tested in a way. She was loyal to sticking to that script of she didn't do anything wrong and she didn't call up that girl, and I wasn't really having it because I wasn't even involved in the first place, and you got me involved and you got my side, not just me as a singular, my extended at that time involved, and I wasn't for it. So if she sees this, you know who you are. Hi, honey, I hope you're good. I wish you well. And if you don't see this, whatever, either way, I know this is beneficial to someone, and I want people to understand that it's just not that deep. If it's not that if it doesn't serve you, you shouldn't stay, because some people are quick to be like, oh, she's not doing nothing for me. So it's not, friendship isn't about what you're doing for someone, and that was kind of the problem, because I no longer served her. She was no longer interested. So friendship isn't about what you do for someone. It's a feeling, and it has to be genuine. You know, it has to be genuine. There's going to be times that maybe you are doing more. There's going to be times that maybe they're doing more for you as a friend. And it's just an understanding. And it's okay to feel like, oh, I don't know how to, you know. It's okay to say no as well. Don't feel like you can't say no. There's been so many times I've been like, why did I not just say no? Would I die? Like, will I die? Will someone kill me? Will she kill me if I say no? No, she will not. You serve a living God. I serve a living God. I serve a living God. I serve a living God. No, it's okay to say no. It's okay to be like, I'm not interested. Sorry, I really wish you were. I hope you figure it out, but I can't help you this time. I don't think it's a good idea. You have the power to say that. Whether or not they take it as, oh, you're a good friend or not, that's their understanding. You know why you're saying that. You know your capabilities. You know the impact that can happen if things go wrong. And you might not even know. That's, I think, another caution for people is just that, guys, like, you don't even know. I didn't even think that that was a possibility. I didn't even think that this is the outcome. I knew because I knew that it was wrong, because it's just, first of all, it's wrong because obviously we're lying, but girl, it's a lie, whatever. White lies, not the end of the world. But my thing was more like the getting someone else involved. It's like, it's touchy, do you know what I mean? Because if things, you have to always think of, you know, not to be, you know, a Debbie Downer or negative, but you have to think of the worst case sometimes so that you're secure. Do you know what I mean? And so if I look back in every aspect of my life, I thought of the worst case and I've chosen to ignore it and ignore that feeling, and it's always led me into destruction. It's always led me into a negative area. Yeah, I found out that she wasn't a good friend, but yeah, I did lose a friend at the same time. And this is someone that I considered a best friend as well. So it's just that kind of aspect. And then on top of it, it's consequences. People fail to highlight them. People fail to, especially with social media, people want to act like, because you can post, you can delete, you can do all this. People fail to show that, oh yeah, I was there, but now I'm here. And I might not even, you know, be here, but I look like I'm here, so y'all think I'm here. Do you know what I mean? So it's it's the consequences of these actions, these things that you're doing, be it in friendship and other areas. It's, you know, people feeling like they can escape it, or because people don't know about it. There's always consequences. 100% of the time, good or bad, there are consequences for actions. If there is an action, there is a reaction. But yeah, I don't want to leave it on a negative note. I have great friends now that I love, that I care about. Shout out to my friends that are watching this. I love you all. And I'm happy and I'm content. I'm no longer in that space in my life where I felt like I needed to do anything, you know. Sometimes you have to tell your friends. I still have friends like that now, and I'm just like, things that you would do you know what I mean? Your friends might not do. Things that I would do, my friends would never even be like, girl, you crazy, or just no. Because you're an individual, you need to tap into that individuality. Listen to your gut. It's not going to lead you astray.